Science. I science. We all science.
Hi YouTube, welcome to iScience, We All Science, a segment where I talk about ways that you, the average viewer, can sit at home and contribute to the scientific process, whether it be through actually going out and experimenting and getting your hands dirty, or whether it be you engaging in conservation efforts in order to save the planet, save the world, save yourself, or even going through data and helping out scientific studies in the long run. I first want to talk a little bit about citizen science and crowdsourcing of science. What citizen science is a way that average people that don't have specialized skills in the science that they're studying can participate in experiments and studies. Okay, it does have a little bit overlap with crowdsourcing. With crowdsourcing is when you get a crowd of people, a group of people, strangers, friends, family, coming together and contributing to one main project. All science crowdsourcing is technically citizen science, but not all citizen science is science crowdsourcing. This pure citizen science is going out, getting your hands dirty, doing field studies and actual experiments. And while currently those types of citizen science projects are few and far between, the popularity of these projects are in fact growing. Crowdsourcing science is the more prevalent version of citizen science, and in crowdsourcing science what the average person does, often from the comfort of their own home on the computer, which is what I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes, they go through actual data that's been collected by researchers, by satellites, by web cameras, by motion cameras, and they analyze that data and then send the information of what they analyze back to researchers to double check. I first found out about citizen science back in August of 2014 through one of my favorite podcasts, which is Science Sort Of. And Science Sort Of interviewed a PhD student, Zika Kuspa, back in August 20th, 2014. In which she was talking about the California condor and conservation efforts in order to bring them back. And she talked about this website called Zooniverse, which I'm going to show you shortly, in which participants can actually look at motion cameras and photographs of condors in the wild to help track and monitor condor behavior. I've been doing some citizen science projects, and I've been doing it through this website here called Zooniverse. You can reach Zooniverse by going to www.zooniverse.org. www.zooniverse.org. You don't have to sign up in order to actually view the citizen science projects. The only things you need for an account is an email address, obviously internet access, and you should use your real name if you actually want to get some recognition for your work. When you log in, this is the site you're going to see, and it has citizen science projects from all of the types of sciences: astronomy, climate, humanities, nature, biology, physics. So let's click on space. So here's some citizen science projects through space. You can look through NASA's Hubble Space Telescope and monitor some of those photographs there and send the data back that way. Climate, you can monitor climate using historical ship logs. So you're going to be looking at ship logs and analyzing that data. You're going to classify 30 years of tropical cyclone data. Humanities, you may study the ancient lands of Greece and cover history of citizen science. I'm going to click on nature right here, because I've been participating in this citizen science project right here, which is through the Wildlife Watch in Chicago, which is the city that I live nearby. I'm in a suburb of Chicago, so I'm going to click on that, and it brings you to the actual website for the citizen science project. So the Chicago Wildlife Watch is a project through the Lincoln Park Zoo and the Adler Planetarium in which they monitor these cameras that take still photographs when they sense motion, so they're motion traps. And what they want citizen scientists to do is to analyze these photographs and to help the scientists understand more about the local fauna of Chicago. What type of animals are there? What kind of behaviors are they participating in? So I'll show you what I've been doing. I've been spending some time here and there when I have the option to doing it. So it gives you a little bit of introduction. It tells you how to identify the animals, okay, and it shows you how to click around. And you can also make a mistake. You can delete the potential organisms that you put. And that's about it. So you don't have to worry about making a mistake because often these images are double and triple checked by other citizen scientists and professional scientists alike. So images have been taken by cameras in public spaces. We will continue. So first of all, you need to analyze the photograph and see what we're seeing. So I think the organism I'm looking for is right here. Okay. And see something, animalize, you identify, we'll see there. So there's something over there. So the coat looks kind of like some sort of organism there. Looks like some sort of mouse. Yep, very small animal with a long snout. This appears to be one. The behavior tends to be head down. It looks like its head is pointing downward. It looks like those are its ears maybe. And I'm going to say there's no young. I don't see any young. And I'm going to identify it. Okay. That's all I can kind of see there. So I'm going to finish this photograph right there. And I can tweet out that I did this picture. I can link to my Facebook that I did this picture. I can pin it, or I can talk about it on Discuss. Go to the next caption. Other things you can do, you can click right here, and you can read other people's blogs and some of the identifications that they've done. So that's kind of cool. So that's pretty much it. And so I encourage you guys to, if you're interested in science, if you're interested in participating, but you don't know where to start, you don't know a lot about the topics that interest you, anyone can use this site. Yeah, I highly encourage you guys to give it a go. So that's Citizen Science. This is Zooniverse.org. And the podcast that I talked about earlier was Science Sort of. Science Sort of is a podcast about a bunch of postgraduate students or current graduate students that sit around and talk over beverages, both adult and non-adult, about this current scientific studies and their individual research interests. So it's a pretty good, I highly recommend Science Sort of. And I'll put a link in the notes as well as a link in this video itself. So I'll see you next time on Science Scenes. iScience, we all science. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks once again for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, leave a comment, and like. I'll see you next time on Science Scenes.